Okay, so today we're going to be going over the firearm safety rules. There's a little acronym that I like to use, and it is TNKK. And if any of you are Marine Corps veterans, you'll know that little ditty from boot camp. And that little ditty is going to be treat, never, keep, keep. And what does that mean? So first we'll start with T. That is going to be treat every firearm as if it were loaded. Okay. So whenever you see a firearm on a bench, in somebody's hand, in their home, if you see a firearm, you're going to treat it as if it were loaded. If somebody hands you a firearm, you're going to assume that it was loaded. Okay. So at that point, you would check the chamber on any firearm that is handed to you, whether or not you just watch somebody check it. There's a magazine inserted. There's no magazine. You're going to treat it as if it were loaded. Okay. N is going to be never. So you are never going to point that firearm at anything you do not intend to destroy. Okay. Uh, you're not going to point it at anything that you find of value or anything that you're not going to point it at anything that you value. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. So the first K is going to be keep your finger straight and off the trigger until you intend to fire. So what that means is if you have the firearm pointed downrange, you're going to keep your finger outside of the trigger well, so that you or trigger well, trigger guard, so that you don't accidentally pull the trigger, regardless of how sensitive or heavy your trigger is. You're going to keep your finger straight and off the trigger until you intend to fire. And the second K is going to be keep your weapon on safe until you intend to fire. So this way you don't have any negligent discharges, and that is going to keep yourself and everyone around you safe in any given circumstance. Are these firearm safety rules redundant? Yes, but they are redundant in order to keep people, including yourself and everyone around you, safe. Proper firearms handling is going to be one of the most important things when it comes to carrying a firearm. Nobody cares what kind of firearm you have. You could have a high point or you can have a staccato. If you don't understand the firearm safety rules, or if you don't know them and you are operating or are around firearms, then you should probably sit down and memorize them before you continue to operate or sit near them. And the last thing is going to be know what your target is and what lies beyond it. Okay. T, treat every firearm as if it were loaded. N, never point your firearm at anything that you do not intend to shoot. Keep your finger straight and off the trigger until you intend to fire. And K, keep your weapon on safe until you intend to fire. Obviously, if your firearm does not have a safety, then follow the rest of the firearm safety rules if the safety portion does not apply to you. That's going to be it. The firearm safety rules in a nutshell. See you next time.